is, as I said in the classroom, about 1/2 of everybody killed in the highways of Montana is because they go off the road. Remember that?
Yeah.
And what do? They go off the road and
Overcorrect.
they overcorrect, turn the wheel too much, or they panic and hit the brake, don't they? So, if you remember the parent meeting, we said that we do these things. We're going to go through off-road recovery at a slow pace so you can know what to do. 3 important words I told you to write down in the classrooms. Do not panic. Because when you panic, people get a brain freeze, don't they? And they have a tendency to snap the wheel too much or they go to the brake. Now, the Montana Driver's Manual says if you go off the road, slow way down, and then when you got scrub speed, bring it back up. But in real life, when that happens, people don't do that. And in some instances, when you're driving, there might be a bridge abutment, there might be a cliff, might be a boulder, and you have to bring it back sooner than you want. This is where that 9 and 3 hand position comes in. We've talked about that in the classroom, haven't we? 9 and 3. Now, depending on the type of vehicle you have, the newer cars, because of the smaller steering wheels and tighter steering mechanism, might be maybe 1/8 of a turn. Larger vehicles might be 1/4 of a turn. If you go more than that, what's going to happen is you're going to oversteer and you're going to go into oncoming traffic and bad things can happen to you. So if you do lose control and you accidentally leave the roadway, take your foot off the gas. Don't pop it off the gas because physics, you're going to have a weight shift, aren't you? Ease it off the gas, stay away from the brake because if you hit the brake, you have another weight shift, don't you? Everything is going to be steering, car control. So what's going to happen is if we leave the roadway, firm steering control, don't panic, ease your foot off the gas, position your vehicle. You have to stabilize your load because when you go in the ditch, there's always a weight shift that wants to pull you in. Have you ever gone skiing, snow skiing? And when you hit powder, what happens, Ed?
Sucks you in.
Kind of sucks you in. The same thing happens with gravel. The same thing happens when you have a weight shift. You hit slush in the wintertime. So when you go off the road, you see the white line. When you go off the road, stabilize your vehicle, have the edge of the road, cut the car in half. Then once you're stabilized, you bring it back. Be aggressive with this. Okay, it might be a little violent, but again, the alternative is doing bad things. Go ahead and snap the wheel because you want the tread of the tire to hit. If you don't steer enough, what happens is the sidewall could catch the pavement's edge, scrub, and drag you forward. So we want to make sure that the tread of the tire hits and its feel. Once you feel the tire hit, you're going to counter steer about twice as much as the first steering input. Because if you don't, the weight shift's pushing you the other way. You understand all that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to go to slow pace. I'm going to do 2-3 times. And then I'm going to oversteer on purpose. Scary, huh? Oversteer on purpose just to show you what's going to happen. Now, if we see a car coming, we're not going to do this. We'll let the car go by because they get a little skittish on this. But this is something I hope you never have to use. I don't want you on your drive home tonight with Mom and Dad saying, let me show you what we did today. Don't do that. It's something that hopefully you never have to use. But if you do, you'll know what to do. So let's assume we leave the road, off the gas, see how we're cutting the car in half at the edge of the road? We snap the wheel, counter steer, bring it back. Now that's a very slow speed. We're teaching technique, we're not teaching speed. So we pick up the speed a little bit. If we accidentally leave the road, off the gas, position, order, counter steer, stay in your lane. Okay? We go off the road. You don't panic. Control it, control it. Go to turn, counter steer, and back. Now I'm going to oversteer on purpose. watch what happens. I'm doing everything correctly, and I won't panic and say, oh my goodness. What happened? And we went right in front of that summit. So again, you go off the road, position your vehicle, doesn't have a lot of steering, position, turn, counter steer, stay in your lane. Did my hands ever leave the steering wheel?
No.
No. Okay, before we go, put your hands 9 and 3. You already know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna ease off the pedals. Keep the vehicle. Go ahead and ease off the pedals. Go ahead and practice. Snap the wheel. Then counter steer, double that. There you go. Now it's not boom boom, because what happens if you counter steer too early? You're still off the road, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's feel. Remember, you want the tread of the tire to hit. Okay. So let's wait for this truck to go by.
And the car.
And the car.
Okay, I'm going on standby.
We're teaching technique. We're not teaching speed. Okay, the technique's the same as me. This is the same thing we do in Lewiston with the adults. Okay, so do a head check. And look as you pull away. There you go. Okay, let's take it up about 20 the first time. Okay, just hold it right there. Go past the lineator. Wait. Okay, just ease off the road. Okay, off the gas. Position first. Get away from the brake. Okay, snap it up and back. Good. It's not that hard, is it?
No.
Okay, about 20 again. Ease off the gas. Take it off. Balance. Good. Now up, snap, and back. Excellent. Take it up to about 25. But we're just going to wait for this car to go by. Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, go edge it off. Good. Balance. Up. Now, snap, hold, down. Good. You had a little feel there, didn't you? Now, if you didn't counter steer aggressively, we would have been drifting out, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, one more. Edge it off. Good. Wait. Now, up and back. So that time you almost brought it back too quickly, didn't you? Okay, one more. Balance. Up, snap, and back. Excellent. Good. We'll pull into turnout up here and we'll switch drivers.
You are on.
Eddie did a nice job with the off-road recovery. He found out and had learned some respect for a vehicle and found that you don't have to do a lot of steering for the car to move. And he did a fine job. He didn't panic. He realized that when you go off the road, it's a situation that could happen. Travis, who was the second boy you did not see in the video, did an excellent job as well. And both of them took it serious enough that they learned and realized that hopefully that'll never happen to them. But if it does, they feel confident enough to handle the situation, just like a lot of other students have had in the past. So have a good day, and I'll see you in Hawaii.